Have you ever met someone who seemed naturally gifted at understanding others, yet consistently shied away from taking charge? Someone who could easily lead but chose to remain in the background? Chances are, you might have encountered an INFJ personality type. In the fascinating world of Myers-Briggs personality types, INFJ stand out as one of the most intriguing when it comes to their relationship with power and authority. Today, we're diving deep into this complex dynamic to uncover whether INFJ are truly afraid of power or if there's something more nuanced at play. The INFJ paradox: natural leaders who often step back. In the intricate tapestry of human personality types, INFJ present a fascinating paradox. These individuals possess an almost supernatural ability to understand human nature, combining deep empathy with remarkable insight into others' motivations and needs. Their cognitive functions, particularly their dominant introverted intuition, paired with auxiliary extroverted feeling fear, create a powerful combination that naturally equips them for leadership roles. They can see patterns others miss, anticipate future developments with uncanny accuracy, and understand the emotional dynamics of any group they're part of. Yet, despite these natural leadership qualities, many INFJ seem to actively avoid positions of power. They might excel in roles that require guidance and influence, but often hesitate when it comes to taking on formal leadership positions. This reluctance isn't born from incapability, quite the opposite. INFJ typically possess all the qualities that make exceptional leaders: vision, empathy, dedication, and a strong moral compass. So what's really going on beneath the surface? The hidden power of the quiet ones. What many fail to recognize is that INFJ often exercise power in ways that don't align with traditional notions of authority. Their influence tends to be subtle yet profound, like water shaping stone over time. Instead of commanding from the front, they often guide from beside or behind, using their insight and empathy to influence outcomes in ways that might not be immediately apparent, but are nonetheless powerful. Consider historical figures like Martin Luther King Jr. or Mahatma Gandhi, both often typed as INFJ. Their power didn't stem from traditional authority or forceful command, but from their ability to understand and articulate the deeper yearnings of their societies, to envision a better future, and to inspire others to work toward that vision. This is the kind of power that INFJ naturally gravitate toward: transformative rather than coercive, inspiring rather than commanding. Understanding the INFJ approach to power structures. The INFJ's relationship with traditional power structures is complex and multifaceted. Their natural ability to see beyond surface-level appearances often leads them to identify flaws and limitations in conventional hierarchical systems. They typically observe how power can corrupt, how authority can be misused, and how traditional leadership structures sometimes prioritize efficiency over human welfare. This awareness can make them hesitant to participate in such systems, not because they fear power itself, but because they fear its potential misuse. INFJ often feel a deep responsibility to maintain their integrity and authentic selves. They understand that power can sometimes require compromises they're not willing to make. Their strong moral compass and idealistic nature mean they'd rather not take on authority at all than risk using it in ways that contradict their values. This isn't cowardice, it's conviction. The perfectionist's dilemma when high standards meet leadership. One of the most significant challenges INFJ face in relation to power is their own perfectionism. These individuals typically hold themselves to incredibly high standards, often verging on the impossible. When it comes to leadership roles, this perfectionism can become particularly problematic. INFJ don't just want to lead, they want to lead perfectly, to create positive change, to help everyone reach their potential, and to do it all while maintaining absolute integrity. This perfectionism can create a paralyzing fear of failure. INFJ often feel that if they can't lead perfectly, they shouldn't lead at all. They might worry about making mistakes that could negatively impact others, about not living up to their own ideals, or about failing to create the positive change they envision. This isn't really a fear of power, it's a fear of not wielding it well enough. The empath's challenge navigating the emotional landscape of leadership. Perhaps one of the most unique aspects of INFJ leadership is their profound empathic ability. INFJ don't just understand others' emotions, they feel them. This deep emotional awareness can be both a blessing and a curse when it comes to wielding power. On one hand, it gives them an incredible ability to understand and respond to the needs of those they lead. They can sense tension before it becomes conflict, understand unspoken concerns, and navigate complex interpersonal dynamics with remarkable skill. However, this same sensitivity can make leadership positions emotionally exhausting for INFJ. Making difficult decisions becomes particularly challenging when you can deeply feel how those decisions affect others. The weight of responsibility becomes heavier when you're acutely aware of its emotional impact on everyone involved. This isn't about being scared of power, it's about being overwhelmed by its emotional implications. Redefining power the INFJ way. What sets INFJ apart is not their fear of power, but their desire to redefine it. They typically seek to transform traditional power structures into something more aligned with their values and vision. Rather than focusing on control or authority, they emphasize influence, inspiration, and transformation. This approach often manifests in several key ways. They prioritize authentic connections over formal authority. INFJ understand that real power lies in the ability to inspire and influence rather than command and control. They excel at building deep, meaningful relationships that facilitate natural leadership rather than imposed authority. They focus on long-term transformation rather than short-term results. INFJ are naturally future-oriented, always considering the broader implications of their actions. This makes them particularly adept at implementing sustainable changes that benefit everyone involved. The path forward: embracing INFJ leadership. For INFJ considering leadership roles, the key lies in understanding that their natural approach to power is not just valid but valuable. The world needs leaders who can see beyond immediate results to long-term implications, who prioritize human welfare over efficiency, and who lead with both wisdom and compassion. INFJ are uniquely equipped to provide this kind of leadership. The journey begins with accepting that perfection isn't necessary for effective leadership. What matters is authenticity, integrity, and a genuine desire to create positive change. INFJ need to recognize that their sensitivity isn't a weakness but a strength that allows them to lead with unprecedented empathy and insight. Practical steps for INFJ in leadership. For INFJ looking to step into leadership roles while maintaining their authenticity, several strategies can be helpful. Start with small leadership opportunities where the stakes feel manageable. This might mean leading a small project team or organizing a community event. These experiences can help build confidence without overwhelming empathic abilities. Use your natural strengths intentionally. Your ability to understand others and see the bigger picture isn't just a personality trait, it's a leadership tool. Learn to trust these instincts and use them deliberately in your leadership approach. The future of leadership: why we need INFJ leaders. In today's rapidly changing world, traditional command and control leadership styles are becoming increasingly obsolete. The future calls for leaders who can navigate complexity, understand human dynamics, and guide organizations and communities toward positive transformation. These are precisely the qualities that INFJ naturally possess. Their ability to see patterns and anticipate future developments makes them invaluable in strategic planning. Their empathy and emotional intelligence enable them to build strong, resilient teams. Their commitment to authenticity and integrity helps create organizational cultures based on trust and mutual respect. Conclusion: beyond the fear of power. So, are INFJ really scared of power? The answer is both yes and no. They're not afraid of power itself, but they are deeply conscious of its implications and responsibilities. What might appear as fear is often actually wisdom, a profound understanding of what power means and how it should be used. INFJ don't need to change who they are to become effective leaders. Instead, they need to embrace their natural approach to power and leadership. Their thoughtful, empathetic, and visionary nature isn't a hindrance to leadership. It's exactly what makes them exceptional leaders when they choose to step into that role. The world needs more leaders who question the traditional nature of power, who lead with empathy and integrity, and who strive to create positive, lasting change. In other words, the world needs more INFJ leaders. While the journey to embracing leadership might be challenging for INFJ, it's a journey worth taking not just for their own growth, but for the positive impact they can have on the world around them. Remember, true power isn't about control or authority. It's about the ability to create positive change and help others reach their potential. And in this regard, INFJ aren't afraid of power. They're naturally equipped to redefine it in ways that benefit everyone. As we move forward into an increasingly complex and interconnected world, the unique leadership qualities of INFJ become more valuable than ever. Their ability to see the bigger picture, understand human nature, and lead with both compassion and vision isn't just useful, it's essential for the challenges we face as a society. The question isn't whether INFJ are afraid of power. The real question is, are we ready to embrace a new kind of leadership, one that prioritizes understanding over authority, transformation over control, and authentic connection over hierarchical power? Because that's the kind of leadership INFJ are born to provide.